Howdy, folks. Today we're playing Twilight Ramp, deck by Aether Llama. Aether Llama said that they based this deck off of Sonio's deck, so we're going a few levels deep in here, so there might be a little Sonio flair in here too. But basically, we're ramping with Green Sun's Twilight, which is one of the Twilights I haven't seen played that much. It's X and a green for reveal the top X, plus one card to your library. Choose a creature and or land from among them. Put those into your hand, the rest of the bottom of your library in any random order. But if it's X is 5 or more, instead put the chosen cards onto the battlefield and into your hand, and the rest of the bottom of your library in a random order. So we have some big boom booms to go with the Green Sun's Twilight. So if you cast for X equals 5, well, you'd look 6 cards deep. You'd get a creature and a land card. Thankfully, we have 27 lands in the deck and some really good creatures, namely Atraxa and Titan of Industry. If you cast this for 6, you can get an Atraxa, Titan, and a land, which is pretty good. And we can get to 6 in a lot of ways, namely being ramp cards in the form of Topiary Stomper, Zeus's Many Journeys, Shigeki, Armored Scrap Gorger. We can get some lands with the Bushwhack. Yeah, pretty, standard Twilight, ramp deck where you have a lot of the typical green ramp spells, but you're also playing blue and black, so you for 1 can play Atraxa, and for 2 you get some things like Go for the Throw. You can make disappear, you get an Urtai, and you have a little bit of the mid-range elements with a Bankbuster, and the Green Sun Twilight affords you the ability to play some more one-ofs, so you can play the Shigeki Colossal Sky Turtle one-of loop, you can play the Cemetery Prowler, you can play the Augur of Autumn, some cards that are pretty good, but you only really want one of them ever, so Green Sun's Twilight can help you dig for that. So yeah, interesting deck idea. I think it'll actually be pretty good, and I'm excited to play it, so let's get into it. Alrighty, first game here with this deck, and this looks a little slow, but I think I'll actually keep this. Your opponent's playing the mono red, usually mean mulligan, can mean mono red. So like this, we can have this Go for the Throat up we want, and if not, we can play this Stomper next turn. It's going to cost us a life to play the Stomper, so I don't know, maybe I should have Spars headquartered on turn 1. Not sure. Get another forest though for sure. I think we want to spend this time to get the orders down. Pass the turn. Have this Urtai up. Not sure what quite our opponent is doing. It's just some sort of Esper deck. Cycle this for Fiend's Tower. Plains, okay. Play the Scrap Gorger. Pass the turn. What they do. They have not played anything, and so they're a really slow deck. They're probably overjoyed that we didn't play mono red, because we would have probably stomped them by now. Depopulate. Sure. Means they're tapped out basically for this Titan of Industry. Field Counter and Rhino. Is a farewell deck? I'm not sure. The farewell deck, they're gonna be in a good spot still. Soren. Okay. And they're making a vampire.
Blood. You can deal with my servant. I'm busy.
We want to put the pressure on our opponent here. Back him like this. Plan to play this Urtai at the end of the turn to get lethal on the board that way. Try to tempo them out. If they have something to combat our tempo, we can drop an Atraxa on their face. If they just spend their turn dropping an Eternal Wanderer, we can Urtai. Gain in life. Creature to play here or anything? Guess we'll counter that. Get in for a big attack. Play a big Atraxa. There's only 4. Well, I think we're gonna choose. Throw for instance. Probably Spar's headquarters here. Bushwhack. Atraxa or this Titan of Industry? Probably want another Atraxa, honestly. Pass the turn. So they need exactly farewell here, and if they have it, we can. Yeah, that's gonna get them most of the way there, but not all the way. Have to leave us our Urtai.
Any longer.
Play in Atraxa. Green Sun's Twilight. Deathcap Glade. Zeus's Many Journeys. Kind of Industry Bankbuster. And get the Bankbuster down, so if they have a Wrath that we can have a way to crew the Bankbuster still. Don't know how good this Bushwhack's going to be. Imagine they would depopulate here. I imagine they had it earlier, they just didn't want to use it. Void Rend, sure. Jace. Alright. They know we have the Titan in hands.
Flesh. You can be made to obey.
Threw up. Attack our opponent for lethal. That's the bonus of having the Reckoner Bankbuster coming in. Last turn is that way. We would have ostensibly a hasty threat there. And they didn't seem to have a farewell because they hadn't been playing it all game. Yeah, alrighty. First game in the books. First dub in the books. GG's. Okay, opponent decides to go first here, and they have mulliganed. Problem for us is this is an extremely slow hand. We do have the turtle to bounce something, I guess, so we'll see. We'll keep. Not an ideal starting 5, 7. I don't know why I said 5. Alright, what kind of deck are they over there? Green, white, toxic? Okay, does seem to be the case. If it's Grelv's Hive here, what do we think they have? Duelist, sure. Opponent is cooking over there. We're gonna have to probably find some ways to combat what our opponent has going on here, probably in the form of some removal or something to block. Pass the turn. Probably just have all protection spells in hand. Alright, time for them to use a protection spell. I feel like it's worth protecting. I gotta imagine they're just all in on this plan right now. Protect. Tyvar stand. Sure. Not sure why you would give it +2/+2 there. Play Skrelv, okay. I think we're fine now to kill this Skrelv with this Beseiju. And we're gonna have the backside of this as Zeus to block the Duelist. Basically, we don't want to take any more damage from here on out, though. Go for the throat's not bad. Gotta find an untapped land here, and we do. That was big. Did both of these. Try to kill this now, I suppose. Okay, that was big. Next turn we can get the Stomper down. If we draw land, then we can have 2 blockers. Opponent's gonna be able to Mirrex once, and they have a Skrelv, okay. Skrelv is really good because it can get it around our blocks. So this puts us onto the battlefield tapped, which is definitely annoying. I think we have to go for the highest upside play in the Augur plus the Stomper if the land off the top with 27 lands, so I think highest upside play is really the only way for us to win this game. Okay, so this turn we're going to take 2 poison from the Skrelv. But next turn we should be able to Titan of Industry and kill the Skrelv at least. That's really good. Yep. Getting in there. X from green hitting us for 2. Poison that. Alright, well, Titan of Industry coming in. Artifact and Rhino. Kill this artifact. Back with both. Opponent's gonna have 4 attackers next turn. Sure. Fine. Our opponent blanks. We have a good chance to win. But if they hit exactly anything here, I think we're dead. Well, that doesn't kill us. Scares us, but it doesn't kill us. Llanowar. Like 2 Scrap Gorgers here. Gee, I think the first thing we're gonna do is attack with both of these. They're gonna have, this is 5. We have 6 attackers next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers for us. Okay, I guess that's fine. They brick 1 more turn, we can get out of this. Ooh, that's big that they blocked. Okay, that means we can probably play this Atraxa. We don't have the right mana to do that, so I guess we can't play the Atraxa. Alright. We could definitely die here. Let's see. Did they top deck the lethal with a Rot Priest? Not, they're dead. And they didn't. That should be GG's. Wow, well, that was a very close game. Cannot deny that. They only obviously have 2 blockers, and they're going to take a lethal amount of damage. Block. here and take lethal. Block here. It has trample, take lethal. Lots of lethals from lots of different angles here. This is the most damage they can prevent. Opponents think doing the math right now. These mites can't block. Very close game. Needed our opponent not to have something to prevent us, or basically to trigger the Rot Priest. Really, I mean, and they didn't. So we had Beseiju and the Titan of Mystery to kill our 2 Skrells, which was very important. There we go. -2. Well, we'll take it. I feel like that's how these games always go against this deck. If you win, you'll feel like you barely won by the skin of your teeth. You lost. Sometimes you can get blown up, but a lot of the time it feels like they just ripped the right spell for the Rot Priest. But alrighty, GG's. Okay, we're going first in. This looks like a good hand to start. Bart's headquarters. Turn 1, then we can do Forest. Zeus's Many Journeys. Play the Raffine's Tower. And get ahead of things that way. Hopefully some more ramp will come our way. It's an underdog. It is indeed an underdog. Ooh, Stomper, that was solid. I like that. Count me in on the Stomper. Pass the turn. So next turn we can do this Green Sense Twilight for X equals 5. That's pretty good. We can hit an Atrax or something, or I mean, we'll be in business. What do they have for me here with the underdog? Probably just an attack, and then Trespasser's not that good right now. So this would provide the blue, white. Yeah, I guess they provide each other's blue and white. Green, black. Yeah, so we can cast that next turn. All right, 5 for this. See what we hit here. Not a great hits. I think we're going Stomper and want the extra green, want the extra black. We have a lot of black. I think we'll go extra green. Queen's Tower. Going to kill my current Stomper? Sure. That's fine with me. Give me basic land here. Grab an island. Pass the turn. Then we have Atraxa and Titan of Industry in back-to-back turns. I think we want this Atraxa first. They have a Sheldred. Sheldred would be solid here. Block with Stomper. Archfiend the Tross, that's also solid. This is a big one. Thankfully for us, we can fight that creature with the Atraxa. She's up to 6. Sorcery, instant. I think we'll take the go for the throat. Raffine's Tower, that's fine. This is Many Journeys, Reckoner, Bankbuster. I think second Atrax since we already have a Titan of Industry. Fight. Attack with everybody. They want to block, we'll gladly play a Bankbuster. Oh, yeah. Count me in. Power, headquarters. Bankbuster. Pass the turn. Alright, well, opponent's got 4 lands and nothing on board, and they're staring down a Stomper and a Atraxa and a Bankbuster. A lot of our stuff in hand, sure. Yeah, that's fine with me. Atraxa down. Go to my turn. Got bad news for our opponent. I think it's going to be another Atraxa turn for them. Who's up to 4? I think we'll take the Green Sun, Twilight again. We'll take an untapped land. Fossil Sky Turtle is not bad. For the enchantment, and then for creature, Urtai. Threw up the Bankbuster. Solid attack time. Play Zeus's Many Journeys. This forest. Pass the turn. Well, we kind of got by the auto tapper there a little bit, not keeping up the black for the go for the throat, but I don't think that was going to matter in this game. Just an absolute dominant performance from our ramp deck against mono black. That's the kind of script you're looking for when you're playing against mono black. Just get out ahead of them early. Started ramping, drew that Topiary Stomper on time, went Azusa into Topiary Stomper into, what would that be? 3 lands. Topiary Stomper would be our 4th, 5th, into Green Sun's Zenith. Or Zenith, I wish. Green Sun's Twilight. And we cast that on turn 4, which that's about as good as it gets. We obviously didn't hit exactly what we wanted on turn 4, but we hit Stomper and a land. Is not bad, and yeah. GG. Alrighty, opponent's going first. We're good to keep this hand. Probably lead on this Deathcap Glade. Opponent is ramping as well, okay. Them being on the play is pretty good for the ramp. Pass the turn. We'll go for the throat available if they hit something pretty good here. Ooh, do they just have the perfect draw where they have all the lands in hand too? Oh. They do not. Okay, well, we're just gonna ramp then. Take a forest, probably, yep. So we have a lot of green spells in hand still. Green Sun's Twilight. Are they like doing? Is this a mirror somehow? Someone else found Aether Llama's deck. Interesting. Well, we're gonna exile that Green Sun's Twilight then. And ours is gonna be cheaper. We'll pass the turn. Fading Hope, sure. How are they scrying? To the bottom, okay. Fine, I think we'll take the damage for now. Good our turn. Cast this for 5. See what we hit. Titan of Industry, that's not bad. The Raffine's Tower, smith these both. We'll destroy an artifact or enchantment and create a Rhino. This one. Attack with a Stomper. And we have the Green Sun's Twilight again for next turn. Opponent is going to have X equals 5 here. Gotta imagine they have another Green Sun's Twilight if they spent the first one early like that. Yep. If they hit anything crazy. Titan of Industry, yep. If they go shield counter or not. Probably. On this board is pretty good. Alright. Green Sun's Twilight for 6. Get another Titan of Industry and a Deathcap Glade. Oh, shield counter. Rhino. Attack with the Titan. Probably just bounce, trade the shields. can't believe we were running into the mirror, though. I mean, that's kind of wild to me. Interesting block. Get rid of my shield counter that way. Okay. They have another one. They could obviously have a Trax in their deck as well. Probably can hardcast if they have an untapped land. Either Channeler. Hey, I'll recast Titan of Industry if you want me to. Or my 4/4, sure, that's fine. Good. Another one? No. Suppose we're gonna return this Titan to their hand. Attack our opponent all out. See how they want to block. Trade with both 4/4s? Yep, that's fine with me. If I didn't think they had anything, I could have gone for the throat there, but I gotta imagine they have a Fading Hope or something they could have used. Well, I guess they would have used it. I did go for the throat because I thought they had a Fading Hope or something up, but maybe I should have just gone for it there. Gone all in. I don't think it's going to punish us, but there's definitely, you know, could be irrelevant. Be relevant later in this game. Obviously, they get to replay their Titan, but if they do that, they're just dead. So, alrighty. Yeah, GG's. I mean, it's possible I should have just gone for the throat and attacked them for lethal and just hope they didn't have anything, but it worked out in the end. GG's. Okay, we're going first, and slow hand, but we have a turn 3 play. I guess we'll keep this. We're up against a little fox digging its own hole. Swamp go. All right, keep up the make disappear. And they've passed the turn. Well, pretty easy to see their Cemetery Prowler's gonna die if we cast it here, so don't think it's worth just to play it out and have it eat a removal spell. I think I'd rather counter whatever they play here. That. Exile that from the graveyard. They don't know I don't really have any good enchantments. Obviously, I have the Sky Turtle, which is an enchantment, but, you know, it's not crazy or anything. Eldritch Edict, sure. Yeah, just pass the turn. Plan to Green Sun's Twilight them for X equals 5 next turn. Trespasser, that's fine. We can have our Cemetery Prowler. No big there. Alright, well. This for 5. See what we get. It's gotta be something good, I imagine. Ooh. Does that qualify? I feel like that qualifies. Battlefield, please. Let me refill that hand. Stomper or Urtai? Probably Urtai. Go for the throat. Take Rafine's Tower and this Bushwhack. Gotta imagine this Atrax is dead this turn, but oh, they didn't have a 2-mana removal spell for the Atrax, so not another Shield Red Edict, not enough to go for the throat. They have their own Obliterator, that's fine. No removal for them is tough for them. All right, we're hitting for 7. Nothing with reach over there. All right, Titan of Industry time. Shield counter, Rhino. Fight the Trespasser. Can get rid of this Rafine's Tower, no big deal. Now we have a pretty big board. We just need to... I mean, they want to attack with the Obliterator. That's fine by us. We're just not going to block. Invoke Despair. Yeah, we will... we'll sacrifice this Rhino. I'm gonna go for the throat with Urtai backup. Is that any good? Is that good? I think that was pretty good, huh? Mono black takes the L again. This deck is doing fantastic so far. GG's. Okay, we're going first, and we have some ramps, so yeah, looks good to me. Bar's headquarters into Scrap Gorger, into Stomper, into hopefully draw a big boom boom. Opponent's got, I think that's Chandra on the... I don't know if that's Chandra or Jaya on there, but... Yeah, do they have a Lightning Strike? That would be tough. They had exactly Lightning Strike. Looks like they do. A little unfortunate. Feldon. Sure. I'll block the Feldon. Definitely fine with a Feldon there. I think another with 3 green sources. A blue source, I suppose. Pass the turn. Next turn we can Green Sun's Twilight for 6 if we don't get this Scrap Gorger killed. For 5, I mean. For 6 mana, but for 5. And if we hit an Atraxa or a Titan, I think there's probably game over against Mono Red. I think we still have to block here, though. They're going to a Braid. They could have just killed it either way. Interesting. Probably should not have let us block then. Look at this Augur. I know our waste from the top. And it's going to cost us a life, but I guess we're going to go for the throat. Yep, fine with this attack. We're just going to block the Feldon. And now they're going to Lightning Strike after letting us block again. That's so weird. Okay. Maybe we'll just take this time to kill the Swift Spear. Just take 1 damage here. Hopefully find a big boom boom and a land for this Topiary Stomper to be able to block. No land. Yikes. Okay. That's rough. No land is certainly rough. Blaze with Fire. Us, okay. Right it to the bottom. 5 lands is not where our opponent wants to be. Hit the good game button. I'll just block the Phoenix chick here. So we can get back this Green Sun's Twilight. Might be the play. Or we can just play Fossil Sky Turtle. We'll just attack like this. Wouldn't pass. Bloodthirsty Adversary. Sure. Who they hits? Probably Lightning Strike just to our face. Play with fire. Okay. Does that mean they have another Lightning Strike in hand? Or they really want the Scry? Scry to the bottom, okay. And jams with both. They want the Felden trigger, I guess. Okay. They have a Raiju for next turn, that's fine. As long as we hit something good with this Green Sun's Twilight. So this we can cast for 7. Ah, yes, Atraxa. That is what I like to see. Enter Fiend's Tower, that's fine. Let's see, what can I take? Titan of Industry. Wow, we only hit creatures and land. That's crazy. And Besage You, just in case they have a Mechanized Warfare. Attack with both. Bring them down to 7, pass the turn. We can block the Thundering Raiju with the Atraxa. It has a lifelink, obviously. Raiju coming in. Are they gonna Tao? It does have flying, vigilant, death touch, and lifelink opponents. So sorry about all that. Yeah, we could have closed out this game a lot earlier if we had just hit a Atraxa or something, but we didn't the first time. But yeah, still pretty clinical there from our side. Could have been a lot easier, but you know, sometimes the game likes to make you sweat. GG's, let's hit the wrap up. Alrighty here, and we're back with the wrap up for Twilight Ramp. And I do actually really like how this deck is constructed. I do like the Junji. I think that's a good bridge from your early game to your late game. So that way you can play it early, and then if your opponent kills it, you can make them discard stuff, or you can get back a Cemetery Prowler or a Stomper or a Scrap Gorge or whatever. And it's not terrible late, because if they counter an Atraxa or something, and then you have a Junji on the battlefield still, and then they have to kill your Junji, then you can get an Atraxa back from a graveyard onto the battlefield. So Junji has some reanimation synergy that I like here. So I do like the top end here. I think maybe you can go 4th Titan of Industry over the Colossal Sky Turtle. Sky Turtle's interesting because really it's a spell in our deck. It's a Regrowth, I think, is the card that return target card from a graveyard to your hand, or it's a bounce spell. So it's really what Colossal Sky Turtle is in this deck, with the upside of being able to cast as a 6/5 and loop with Shigeki. So I don't hate it. So I think you could probably leave it in here. Yeah, other than that, I mean, I think the Go for the Throat was pretty good. One Make Disappear and Best of One is kind of funny, just to like put the fear into your opponent for the rest of the game. I don't know. There's probably some ways to cut things. I know the deck does look weird with the One Make Disappear, the One Bank Buster, and one of some of those creatures. But I mean, with the creatures, you can Green Sun's Twilight and all that. Bushwhack's an interesting inclusion too. Honestly, I don't know. Other than maybe going up another Titan and down the Turtle, which it's subjective. Turtle has a lot of synergy with the deck. It just depends on is that synergy worth having just another big 7/7 that gains you life immediately when it hits the battlefield. Is it worth having that not in your deck when you're searching for Greenstone's Twilight instead of the turtle, instead of finding turtle instead? I don't know. Definitely interesting. I'd have to see what the math percentages are of hitting one of these 6 creatures on the Greenstone's Twilight for 5, X equals 5, versus hitting it if you have a Titan of Industry for 7, or say for 7, 4 Titan of Industry total, 7 big creatures total. So 6 big creatures that you really want to hit off of it versus 7. Basically is what I'm trying to say. How much more likely you hit one of those great creatures off the Greenstone Twilight cast for X equals 5 if you have one more in the deck. So that'd be the opportunity cost of including the Sky Turtle or not. Just something to think there. But I don't know if there's a way to pick which ramp card is better. I think Scrap Gorger and Zeus's Many Journeys. Obviously, there's a split 2-2 because there's different applications for both. Scrap Gorger blocks better in the early game, but also eats a Lightning Strike. Zeus's Many Journeys does gain 3 life, and it put the land directly into play. Doesn't have to stay alive. So I want to lean towards the Zeus's Many Journeys. Obviously, it doesn't have the graveyard impact that the armored Scrap Gorger does have, which is relevant in some matchups. But I probably would lean toward the Zeus's Many Journeys. But really, I think that's what you're doing with this deck. I think you're evaluating those little fringe spots, seeing what you want to put where, seeing where you can upgrade the deck. But other than that, it's really fun. It works well on the ladder. Shout out to Aether Llama again, making a cool deck here. And yeah, had a lot of fun playing it. So I would recommend you play this deck too, if you like play this style of game in Magic. So yeah, try it out. And as always, until next time, wherever you are, whenever you are, have a magical day.